Carthage Redmond looking to snap a 3-game losing skid as they take on the conference leader, the Illinois Wesleyan Titans, tonight here at the Tarble Arena. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Redmond basketball here on 1050 WLIP and WLIP.com. John Weiser with you. Carthage at 12-11, 7-7 now in conference play and out of the conference tournament chase. Illinois Wesleyan at 18-5, 11-3 in conference, and a chance to clinch at least a share of the conference title tonight should they beat the Redmen here. Carthage defeated the Titans back in Bloomington on December the 2nd by a final of 74-72. A Brady Rose three-pointer at the buzzer rimmed out. That was the difference in the ball game as the Redmen outscored the Titans 39-34 in the first half and then hung on in the second half. In that ball game, it was Brad Cruz with 20 points, I should say. Jordan Thomas with 16. Derrick Mason had 13, and Brad Perry with 11. Keenan Baltimore did not play in that ball game. He was injured, recovering from surgery on that thumb, so he did not play in that first game for the Redmen. Meanwhile, Brady Rose had 24 points, and Alex O'Neill with 16 in that loss to the Redmen. The Titans come into this ball game here tonight winning 10 of their last 12 ball games, including 2 in a row, defeating Carroll 70-61 on the 10th, and then at Milliken in Decatur on Wednesday night, 65-56, the final in that one. Meanwhile, the Redmen, as I said, they have dropped 3 straight, including their loss on Wednesday night and at Wheaton, which effectively ended any chance for the Redmen to make the conference tournament. It is senior night tonight, the final home game of the regular season for the Redmen, so we will stay with you here. We will head back down to the scorer's table momentarily here. Kyle Jacob will handle our senior night ceremonies. Let's head back downstairs now to Kyle Jacob, the PA announcer here at the Tarble Arena, as we get set for our senior night festivities here at the Tarble Arena. 5 seniors playing their final home game here for the Redmen tonight. Players making their way back out of the locker room for the Redmen. Parents will be introduced here tonight. Again, the game clock stopped here with 4 minutes on the warm-up, so we're just waiting for Redmond to get organized here so we can get on with our senior night festivities. And the players lining up here in the south end of the Tarble Arena. Seniors will walk through one more time here in front of their home fans. Once again, let's head downstairs. Bosko Jurikovic making his way out along with his coaching staff. And With Bosco, it's never quite organized, is it? Let's see. I think we're ready to go here. Kyle Jacob will take over here, our PA announcer. And I think we're ready. I don't know what the delay is here, but
all right, as this is the last regular season home game, we want to take a moment and honor the 5 seniors who have been instrumental in the success of the Carthage program over these last 4 years. Also, we'd like to mention a 4-year student worker who's been a great help in the basketball program. We'll start right there. Rebecca Weiser is from Waterford, Wisconsin. Rebecca's been a student worker in the basketball office for the past 4 years. She's done a great job at a number of different areas, including practice and game management, making travel arrangements, and handling day-to-day office operations. A 3.9 student, Becca will graduate with a degree in education and will be teaching this fall. Becca's parents are Gina and John. John, the director of continuing education at Carthage. You may know him as the voice of Carthage athletics since 2001. Rebecca Weiser. Number 4, Jordan Thomas. Jordan is from Northfield, Illinois, a 2-year member of the basketball program. Jordan has put his name in the CCIW record books by making a conference record 11 three-pointers just 2 weeks ago against Milliken. He's currently ranked 5th in scoring in the conference, 19.1 points per game. He's 9th in rebounding at 5.6 per game. And in his 11th three-pointer made game, Jordan finished with 40 points, making him one of just 10 players in Carthage history to achieve that feat. A communications and public relations major, Jordan plans on attending graduate school in the fall. Escorted by his parents, David and Marie, along with brother Chris, number 4, Jordan Thomas. Number 32, Steve Weiser. Steve is from Mount Prospect, Illinois. He attended Northridge Prep High School. A 3-year member of the Carthage basketball program, Steve has appeared in 33 games for the Redmen, including 8 starts this season. He's got a career high of 17 points against Lake Forest. Steve was named to the All-Tournament team in the Carthage Classic and is a member of the NABC Honor Court. A finance major, Steve maintains a 3.6 GPA. Escorted by his parents, John, a history professor here at Carthage, and his mom, Ann. Number 32, Steve Weiser. Number 5, Derrick Mason. Derrick is from Grays Lake, Illinois, a 3-year member of the Carthage basketball program. Derrick has appeared in 54 games for the Redmen, including 10 starts this season. An excellent two-way player, Derrick has often been asked to guard the opponent's leading perimeter scorer. He has a career high of 18 points against Calvin College earlier this season. Derrick will graduate with a degree in studio art. Escorted by parents Derrick Mason Sr. and Lynn Mason, along with Angelica and Sierra. Number 5, Derrick Mason. Number 21, Kamal Chassis. Kamal is from Chicago, Illinois, a 2-year member of the basketball program, an excellent on-ball defender and distributor. Kamal had 62 assists, only 26 turnovers. Kamal also is ranked 20th in rebounds per game in the conference, and he shot 87% from the free throw line this season. Unfortunately, that season was impacted by an injury in a big win at Augustana. Kamal graduated from Seton Academy. He transferred to Carthage from Concord University. An outstanding student with a 3.5 GPA at Carthage, Kamal plans on attending physical therapy school after graduation. Escorted by his parents, Kamal Sr. and Toyin, along with his sister, Bose. Number 21, Kamal Chassis. Number 25, Brad Cruz. Brad is from Hawthorne Woods, Illinois, and Lake Zurich High School. He has been an outstanding player for 4 years on both sides of the court, a 2-time all-conference selection. He's currently ranked in the CCIW top 10 in 7 different individual categories. Brad currently has 885 career points, 145 steals, 3rd most in school history, and 87 block shots, that's 5th all time. A terrific student, Brad is also a member of the NABC Honor Court. He carries a 3.8 GPA in accounting. Brad has already accepted an accounting position with Sikich in Schaumburg, Illinois, upon graduation. Escorted tonight by his parents, Fred and Lori, who have been very involved and supportive of the Red Men program in many different areas. Ladies and gentlemen, number 25, Brad Cruz. And one more big round of applause to all the Carthage basketball seniors. That's a big picture right there. Big round of applause to the Carthage basketball seniors, 2017, 2018.
So the 5 seniors gathered out at the center court for their pictures to be taken and playing in their final home game here tonight. We'll pause. We'll take a 60 break. When we come back, we'll give you the starting lineups and the tip-off of Game 2, Carthage and Illinois Wesleyan, coming your way next here on 1050 WLIP. Welcome back to the Tarble Arena, everyone, as we get set for Game 2 of our doubleheader here tonight. Lady Reds fell to Illinois Wesleyan. The Illinois Wesleyan women getting their taste of a conference tournament, or I should say conference title, with that victory. And now the Illinois Wesleyan men with a chance to do the same. As we take a look at the standings in the men's side, it is the Illinois Wesleyan men leading by 1 game over Augustana and Wheaton. The Titans at 11-3 coming into play tonight. Augustana and Wheaton at 10-4 each, tied for second place. And North Central sitting in fourth place at 9-5. They are playing at Wheaton tonight, so nothing really to be decided yet. I think it's going to come down to Tuesday night. When you look at the schedule here of games remaining, Illinois Wesleyan at Carthage tonight will be home Tuesday against North Central. Meanwhile, Augustana will host North Park tonight. They will finish up at home against Elmhurst on Tuesday. The Blue Jays idle tonight. Then Wheaton, they are hosting North Central tonight, and they finish at Carroll, perhaps the hottest team in the conference right now. the Carroll Pioneers. And then North Central, they may have the toughest schedule as well. They're at Wheaton, at Illinois Wesleyan to close out this regular season. And the way this season has gone in the CCIW, no home game is an automatic win here in this league. And as it's been a tough go all the way around, and so each night out it's a war in this 9-team league. Illinois Wesleyan has struggled just a bit at the three-point arc as they come into tonight's game, the last 4 games I should say, shooting just 29% from the arc. So that could be an issue here tonight as the Redmen defend well on the arc all season. So that could foretell to some good things here tonight as far as the Redmen are concerned. Meanwhile, for Carthage, they come in on that 3-game losing skid, averaging 75 points a game. They dropped all 3 road games here in the last week and a half. At Carroll, 73-69. At Elmhurst on Saturday, last week Saturday, 70-64. And actually got off to a very good start Wednesday night at Wheaton, only to fall in the second half, 85-77, the final in that one. In that ball game, Brad Cruz with 20 points, Keenan Baltimore with 22, and Jordan Thomas with 13. Unfortunately for the Redmen, that Aston Francis got hot. He fired 34 at the Redmen on Monday night as he connected on, I think he took 28 shots in that ball game. I have to go back and look at the box score, but I know it was a large amount. 24 shots he took that night, Francis, for his 34 points to lead all scorers in that one. He's 11 of 24, 6 of 16 from the field in that one. Redmen actually had an early lead, down 10 at the half, outscored the Thunder 47-45 in the second half. Had some moments late. If it wasn't for Brad Cruz, they wouldn't have been in that ball game at all. Cruz with 20 points and 13 rebounds. He had clutch shot after shot in that contest. Derrick Mason got the collar in that ball game. The graduating senior Derrick Mason 0 for 13, 0 for 7 shooting the 3 in that loss to the Thunder on Wednesday. So the Redmen have to do a better job there as far as that is concerned. Colin Bonet came off the bench at Milliken to lead the Titans in scoring on Wednesday night in their 65-56 victory. Bonet with 15 points. Miles Curry off the bench with 6 rebounds as well for the Illinois Wesleyan Titans, who are looking to clinch a share of their 30th conference title coming into play here. Ron Rose is their head coach. He's in his 12th season, 214 and 108. He has 109 CCIW victories. And Bosko Jurkovic coming in 543 and 294 in 32 seasons. He has 294 conference wins. He needs 6 more wins to become just the second coach all time to hit 300 or more wins in the CCIW, joining Denny Bridges in that category. Let's head down to the scorers table. Kyle Jacob will give us our starting lineups.
Now for the starting lineups for tonight's game between the Illinois Wesleyan University Titans, entering play with a CCIW record of 11-3, an overall record of 18-5, and your Carthage College or Redmen, entering play with a CCIW record of 7-7, an overall record of 12-11 on the season. First, let's meet the Titans starters. At forward, a 6'6" senior from Bloomington, Illinois, number 5, Jalen Beasley. At guard, a 6'4" junior from Lamont, Illinois, number 11, Colin Bonnet. At guard, a 6'4" junior from Cary, Illinois, number 12, Jason Gregoire. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Bloomington, Illinois, number 13, Brady Rose. And at center, a 6'9" sophomore from Peoria, Illinois, number 20, Alex O'Neill. The head coach for the Titans is Ron Rose, and Coach Rose is assisted by Hayden Herdeman, Pat Marino, Andy Etheridge, and Jonathan Mays. Are you ready? Let's go! And now, introducing the starting lineup on senior night for your Carthage Redmen. Starting at guard, a 5'11" senior from New Trier High School. Hailing from Northfield, Illinois, wearing number 4, Jordan Thomas. At guard, a 5'10" senior from Gurney Warren Township High School. Hailing from Grays Lake, Illinois, number 5, Derrick Mason. At center, a 6'11" sophomore from Maine South High School. Park Ridge, Illinois, number 54, Brad Perry. At forward, a 6'5" sophomore from Zion Benton High School in Zion, Illinois, number 24, Keenan Baltimore. And at forward, a 6'4" senior from Lake Zurich High School. Hailing from Hawthorne Woods, Illinois, number 25, Brad Cruz. The head coach for the Redmen is Bosco Jurikovic.
So it's the Redmen at 7-7, 12-11 overall against the Illinois Wesleyan Titans, 11-3, the conference leader by 1 game over Augustana and Wheaton, 18-5 overall. Bennett, Gregoire, Rose, Beasley, and O'Neill, the starting lineup for the Titans. Thomas, Mason, Baltimore, Cruz, and Perry in the starting lineup for the Redmen. Our officials tonight, Dave Lanning, Mark Prina, and Thad Hilliard. Redmen in the home whites, white jerseys, white shorts, red numerals, red lettering. Titans in the green jerseys, green shorts, white lettering, white numerals. Perry will jump center against Alex O'Neill. 6'9" O'Neill against the 6'11" Perry. The opening tip won by the Titans. They'll work it right to left here as we begin our first half of play here at the Tarble Arena in Kenosha. Carthage and Illinois Wesleyan. They work the ball inside. Back out it goes to Brady Rose. Working the dribble. Gregor back in the hands of Banet. Now up top it'll go. Gregor lost control of the basketball, stripped out of there by Thomas, taken away by Perry. Outlets to Mason. Hands it off to Cruz. Cruz, ball fakes, now feeds Baltimore. Hands it back to Thomas. Thomas on the drive. Floater with the right hand. In and out. Halfway down and pop back out. The rebound to Jalen Beasley. He'll kick it out to Rose. And fires and hits. Brady Rose able to get his team off to a 3-0 lead on the triple. Rose battling for Conference Player of the Year. He's going to be battling Ashton Francis for that, I believe. As Baltimore backing in on Beasley, kicks it back out to Mason. Mason fires and hits. Mason 0 for 13 Wednesday night. Hits his first shot here tonight. Ties the game at 3. That's a good sign. Now back up top. Rose with the basketball. Cruz guarding him. Puts his shoulder. Flips it up with the right hand. Missing. Perry able to clear the rebound. Gets it out to Baltimore across midcourt. Baltimore in front of Beasley. Back over to Cruz. Fakes the 3. Cruz will back it off. One of the 5 seniors on this Redmond team. Mason now gets a ball screen by Baltimore. Will shoot over it and hits. Derrick Mason 2 for 2 tonight. Redmond with their first lead, 6-3, but they come down quickly. Cut off Baltimore, cut off Gregor. O'Neill back out to Gregor. And that one's off, no good. The rebound, offensive by O'Neill. Back to Beasley, free throw line jumper won't fall. Baltimore clears out the rebound. Baltimore dumps it back to Cruz. He'll take it across midcourt. 2 minutes in, 6-3 Redmond. Baltimore now on their left block going up, draws the foul on Beasley. Got around Beasley on that left block on his move to the basket, and this will put Baltimore at the free throw line shooting 2. Baltimore did not play in the game back on December 2nd in Bloomington. He is the team's second leading scorer since returning from that thumb injury. 11 games now, 17.9 points per game, makes the free throw. Baltimore out of Zion, Illinois. He's a great kid. Works in the development office here at Carthage College. Work study. Right next door to the Office of Continuing Studies. Knocks both free throws down. 8-3, largest lead now at 5 for the Redmen here early. Rose trying to get past Cruz, does. Drives the glass, missing, hit the deck. Ball through the hands of Perry, and it goes out of bounds to the Titans. Rose knocked to the floor. Titans thinking there should have been a foul called. There was body contact, but the officials let it go. Watch the inbound. Once Rose gets rid of it, watch out. He'll flash to the corner. This time he'll come back up top. Cruz stood right with him. Beasley out to set the ball screen. Gets the return pass from Rose. Down low to O'Neal. Blew the layup. And what do we got? Got a foul going back up. And the foul's going to go on Derrick Mason. Got him on the wrist. After he missed the dunk, he went back up. And Mason grabbed him by the arm. This will be Alex O'Neal at the free throw line. 67% at the stripe this year, averaging better than 8 points per game. Knocks down the front end. O'Neal has started all 24 games for the Titans this year, averaging close to 22 minutes. 48% from the field. Hits both free throws here, makes it an 8-5 ball game. 17:15 to go here in this first half. Mason, 2 for 2, shooting the 3 ball. Gives it up to Baltimore, now back to Cruz. Return pass Baltimore for 3. That one crawls off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled in by the Titans. Down quickly. Shooting over Cruz, missing. Rebound, O'Neal over Perry. Back out for the 3, goes down. 3 by Gregory, and it goes in, ties the game at 8. Now they work it off to Thomas, to Baltimore. Trying to lob it down low to Perry, they turn it over. Substitution here. Checking in for the Titans, Miles Curry, making his 22nd appearance of the season. So Curry in, Beasley out. So they work the ball here to Bonnet. Bonnet in the paint. Kicks it back out to Curry. Curry works it back over. Bonnet now to O'Neal. O'Neal on the right block. Looked like he stepped out of bounds. That foot was on the end line as he made his drive off the right corner. Looked like his toe touched that line, but Dave Lanning was right there, let it go, and the Titans regained the lead here 10-8. Awfully close to stepping out, let's call it that. Now Mason back up top to Cruz. Cruz back to Baltimore. To Cruz, left corner 3, no good. Rebound tipped up, Perry had it, taken away by Brady Rose. Rose quickly up the floor. Sets it up now offensively for the Titans, who lead by 2. Deep 3, Rose got it. Mason just backed off just that much, and that was just the window Rose needed. That was an NBA 3, puts his team up by 5, 13-8. Cruz now works the ball to Baltimore. Back to Cruz. Up top to Mason. Ball fakes, top of the circle jumper. Good, 2-pointer just inside the arc, but Mason off to a 3-for-3 start, has 8 points. 13-10, Redmond down 3. Rose. Back up top to Curry. Back to Rose, now to O'Neal. 18-footer off the left baseline, no. Rebound Baltimore. Shot that one over Perry that time. Baltimore with the rebound and takes it across midcourt. Bounce feed to Thomas in the right corner, near side. Takes it back up top to Cruz. Cruz running the point here. Gives it off to Mason. Ball fakes, now dumps it off to Baltimore. Working on Miles Curry on the left block. Backs in, whips it down underneath low right to Cruz. Couldn't make it, but drew the foul. Good pass that time by Baltimore. Just zipped that one low liner right to Cruz from left block to right block, and Cruz up in one motion, able to draw the foul. Alex O'Neal with the foul, his first, second on the Titans, and Cruz at the line for the first time tonight. Double-double Wednesday night in the loss to Wheaton. Missing the front end is Cruz. 16 points per game for Brad Cruz, 65% at the line. Zach Knobloch in and Tyler Burdine in as well for the Titans. As Cruz hits the back end of his 2 free throws. 1 for 2 that trip, 2-point game, 13-11 Titans. 14:20 to go here in the first half. Burdine with it up high. Gives it off to Rose. Rose, turnaround shot, top of the circle over Cruz is no good. The rebound by Mason. Good recovery by Cruz that time. Get back in defensive position in front of Rose. Got a hand in his face that time. Cruz now working the drive. Dishes it down low left. Perry trying to go back up with it. Little shoulder fake, then drove in and drew the foul. Burdine picking up the foul. That is his first, third on the team. Before the shot, they say, so Carthage will inbound left block. They get it into Baltimore, working on Miles Curry. Keenan now facing the basket in front of Curry at the three-point arc left side. Gets it back up top to Thomas. Thomas on the drive, dumps it down low to Perry. Blew the layup. Perry just jumping all over the place. Never got his feet set and shoulders square. Back come the Titans. And turning it over. And no, it was off of Cruz. Ooh. I'd like to see the replay on that one. They said, Dave Lanning said Cruz is the last touch it. Let's see. Touched it there. Yeah, I think it did go off of Cruz. Good call by Dave Lanning. Rose with it off the inbound feed. Working the arc here in the left corner. Now takes a dribble back up top. Reversing around right side now. In the hands of Knobloch. Now to Curry. Curry cut off. They left him alone. He was short jumper and hit it. A little 12-footer below the arc right of the baseline. Everybody backed off, thought the shot was going up, and left wide open that time. 15-11 Titans. Perry turnaround baby hook off the back rim. No. Curry with the rebound. He'll give it up. They feed it inside. Burdine working on Perry. Turns in on Perry. Leans in with the left shoulder. Missing. Taken away by Perry. He wrestled that one away from Burdine. Oh, I thought that could have been an over back call. Looked like he went right over his back to get that rebound. A break for the Redmen. That should have been a foul. Now Mason high in the left wing. Gives it off to Perry, top of the circle. Right side it goes to Cruz. Inside to Baltimore. Makes it. Count it. And one for Special K. Keenan, Baltimore. Off balance on that right block. Good feed by Perry that time. Get it to Cruz, and then Cruz, no look pass down low, and Curry committed the foul. 6'10 freshman Sean Johnson in for the first time tonight for the Redmen. Baltimore at the line for the and one. It's up and good. 3-point play for Keenan Baltimore brings his team to within one. 15-14, 12 and a half minutes to go here in this first half. Three-pointer on the way, good. Left open, Colin Bonnett. First three of the game for Bonnett. 18-14. Mason on the left wing, now driving to the free throw line, flipped it up, got caught in no man's land as he left his feet. Titans with a steal, the breakout to Curry. Missed the dunk, blocked by Johnson. Sean Johnson denied the dunk. Now back, feed from Mason down to Johnson. Fakes the pass, back out to Cruz, behind the back dribble. Cruz going up, left hand, fouled on the way to the basket. He'll get to the line to shoot two. How about that? Ball's on the block by Sean Johnson. Curry was going to try and jam it home, and Johnson got all ball and pinned it up between the rim and the glass. How about them apples? Cruz on the line to shoot two. Knocks the first one in. 2 for 3 at the line is Cruz tonight. Derrick Mason out. Mike Kennedy in now for the Redmen. His first appearance tonight for Kennedy. 5'9" junior out of Jacobs High School. Cruz goes 2 for 2, brings his team to within 2. 18-16, 11:50 to go first half. Grant Wolf in there now. Dishes it off to O'Neal. O'Neal in the paint, lays it up and in over Johnson. Couldn't quite get his feet set, did Johnson. Kind of off balance, took a swat at it. 20-16 now in favor of the Titans. Johnson up top, working on O'Neal. Lob down to Baltimore, low right, lays it up and in. Nice feed from Johnson into Baltimore. Keenan now with 7. 20-18 Titans. Knobloch gets the ball to Bonnet in the paint. Back out to Knobloch. Around the near side it goes to Wolf. Wolf, deep 3 over Kennedy, way off. Ball deflects out. It went off of Knobloch underneath. It'll be Carthage ball. Titans will retreat across center line as Baltimore will inbound in the backcourt. 9 minutes in. 20-18 in favor of the Titans. Baltimore hands it off to Thomas. Turns, drives the basket, going glass, flips it in. Nice floater that time with the right hand by Jordan Thomas. There's 2 points for Thomas tonight. Ties the game at 20. Bonnet penetrates back out to O'Neal, now to Knobloch. Shoots on the run over Kennedy, no good. Rebound Thomas off the left block. Thomas down the floor quickly. Thomas now penetrates, dumps it to Johnson. Soft shot with the right hand, able to go down off the left block for Sean Johnson. And timeout taken by the Titans. Illinois Wesleyan takes a timeout here with 10:20 to go. The 32nd timeout. Redmond leading 22-20 here with 10:20 to play. Carthage 7 of 12, 58%, 2 for 4 behind the arc. Titans 7 of 18, 38%, 4 of 7 at the arc. Mason with 8, Baltimore with 7 to lead the way for Carthage. Rose and O'Neal each with 6 for Illinois Wesleyan. Carthage with 2 turnovers, Wesleyan with 1. Rebounds even at apiece. Danny Baker, a 6'6 junior out of Sunset Hills, Missouri, checks in now for the Titans. Brady Rose also back in there now for Illinois Wesleyan, who trail by 2. Rose on the left wing, back up top to Gregory. Now back to Rose. Rose top of the circle. Defended well by Johnson. Now they try and work it inside. O'Neal got around Baltimore. Baltimore went for the steal. O'Neal able to flush it down. Ties the game at 22. 9:50 to go here in this first half. Thomas had it poked out that time by Bonnet. Carthage will retain possession. Baltimore will trigger the inbound in the offensive end here for the Redmen. Kennedy now works off the ball screen. Give and go feed back to Sean Johnson. Short jumper halfway down, pop back out. Second time tonight that has happened to the Redmen on that basket on the north end. Back come the Titans the other way. Bonnet inside looking for O'Neal. O'Neal back out it goes Bonnet. Bonnet, and we got a whistle and a foul, body foul that time on Baltimore. First on Baltimore, just the second team foul on the Redmen. Shot clock resets to 20 here for the Titans. They will inbound in front of the Redmen bench. Perry will check in, next dead ball for the Redmen as O'Neal works it off far side into the hands of Gregor. Inside it goes to Bonnet. He lays it up and in low right. Bonnet now with 5. 24-22. 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Johnson lost it, now gathered it back in. Got pulled from behind by Rose, no foul called. As Thomas now will settle it down at the center circle with 12 to shoot. Ball screen from Johnson. Thomas now penetrates, floats with the right hand again off the backside. No. Johnson with a tip out, picked up by Kennedy. He goes down. Cruz picks it up to Thomas. 3 on the way right side, in and out. The rebound, O'Neal. Alex O'Neal grabbing that rebound. Now the other way. Nice job by Cruz. Back out to Bonnet. He'll hit the 3. Right over Kennedy. Cruz did a great job getting back on Gregor. Able to stop his dribble penetration, force that pass back out. Kennedy just a half step late, getting a hand in the face of Bonnet. Now Baltimore for 3, that won't go. Rebound pulled in by Baker. 27-22. Titans up by 5, 3 on the way by Rose is short. Johnson with the rebound. Gives it off to Cruz. Redmond will take a timeout. Carthage will take a 30-second timeout with just under 8 minutes to go here in the first half, and the Redmen down 27-22. Mason with 8, Baltimore with 7 to lead the way for the Redmen. Bonnet with 8 points, along with O'Neal, leading scorers for the Titans. Titans now 10 for 22, 45%. 5 of 9 outside the arc. Redmond 7 of 16, 43%. 2 of 6 at the arc. Titans with an 11-10 advantage on the glass. Well, Carroll picks up another win at home tonight as they knocked off Milliken 76-67. Augie with an early 29-22 lead. And Wheaton leading North Central 25-22. That game, 5 minutes to go first half at Wheaton. Now Perry into the ball game for the Redmen following that timeout. Cruz try to get it back out to Kennedy, threw it away. First turnover by Brad Cruz tonight. Just the 3rd turn by the Redmen here in this first half. Kennedy broke inside. Cruz thought he'd stay outside. Titans with their largest lead now at 5 as they work it inside, back out, open 3, in and out. Rebound taken by Cruz. Now Mason working the dribble. Mason pulls up at the free throw line. That curls off, no good. Redmond have gone cold here. Gone 3 minutes without a field goal. Pull up by Rose, good. Brady Rose with the triple. Rose now 3 for 4 outside the arc. 9 points for Brady Rose. Largest lead of the game at 8. 30-22 Titans. Now Mason, top of the circle, Perry. Backs it off to Cruz. Back up top, Mason. Mason pulls up, free throw line jumper. Again, in and out. Boy, the Redmen can't buy a basket. At North End, just not kind to the Redmen here in this first half. Rose trying to go all the way, missing. Rebound underneath. Burdine clears it back out. Now Rose with it here on the near wing. Works off the Baker screen. Finger roll to the basket. 5 straight for Brady Rose. He's now in double figures with 11. Lead largest now at 10 for the Titans. 6:24 to go here in the first half. 32-22. Cruz now works it off right wing to Mason. Now to Johnson. Johnson now back to Cruz. He's a ball screen, gets the screen. Cruz now with 5 on the shot clock driving. Cruz going hard to the basket. What do we have? Offensive foul by Thad Hilliard. Oh my. Was he not in the halo? Let's take another look. At 2 feet just outside the halo, and did he get him set? I don't know. Looked like they were still moving as Cruz left his feet. Bad call by Thad Hilliard. That'll be his nickname for most of the season. 32-22, Titans will bring it up, leading by 10. Miles Curry back in there now, along with O'Neal. Weiser in now for the Redmen. Curry, pull-up jumper, right side, good. 34-22. Carthage going cold here, going 6 minutes without a field goal here. Now Mason into the corner, Weiser dumps it into Perry. Perry wasn't ready for it, thrown behind him and stolen away inside. Another turnover by the Titans. They get it down quickly. Knobloch with it. Fires it up and hits. Titans rolling away here, have opened up a 14-point lead on the Redmen. It was 22-20 in favor of the Redmen, but a 16-0 run here by the Titans has blown this game open, 36-22. Bonnet with 5, Rose with 5, Curry and O'Neal each with layups. And they have opened up a 14-point lead, 36-22. $16-0 run here over the last 5 minutes. Now Baltimore inside to Perry, turns with the right hand and hits over O'Neal. That's their first field goal in over 6 minutes here for the Redmen. Perry from inside. On the drive, Curry deep underneath, count it, and one. Boy, Curry almost dribbled himself underneath the backboard, somehow contorted himself back with the shot and able to draw the foul. Foul's going to go on Baltimore, his second. Curry at the line for the and one. A 19-2 run here by the Titans. They lead at 39-24. Their largest lead now at 15. Redmond got to do something here to stem the bleeding, or this one could get out of control here by halftime. See if they can get it back to single digits here. Cruz stops in the lane, dishes left corner Weiser. Cross court right wing to Baltimore for 3, in and out. Weiser trying to keep it alive, but tips it right to Miles Curry. Rose quickly down the floor, kicks it off. Bonnet's shot no good. Rebound Perry, able to get in front of O'Neal. Now Cruz will settle it down for the Redmen. Thomas for 3 off the right wing. That one's off the heel, no good. Battle for the loose ball inside. Weiser had it, tried to throw it away, falling down. Perry and Bonnet get tangled up. Bonnet has a few words. Still flapping his gums at one of the Redmen players. It looks like he's flapping at Weiser. Now these two teams had a problem at the handshake line at the end of the game down in Bloomington. Bonnet still jawing away. Perry picking up that foul. A lot of jaw-jacking going on by the team in green. And there was some unkind words thrown about by the Titans in the handshake line down in Bloomington after the Redmen won on their floor. Perry came over the back and got Bonnet tied up. He threw a right elbow to try and shake the tie-up and had words with Perry as he did. He comes out now. Curry with it now, top of the circle. Gives it off to Brady Rose, over Weiser for 3, back iron miss, and it goes out of bounds off of Baker. It'll be Carthage, or Burdine I should say, it'll be Carthage ball. 3:45 to go here in the first half, 39-24. Cruz now, left side to Baltimore. Baltimore backing down on Curry on the left block. Turning, facing Curry, puts up the shot and draws the foul. Curry with the foul, his second. 16th foul on the Titans, and Keenan Baltimore at the free throw line will shoot 2. Baltimore missed 13 games because of that surgery on his right thumb. Still plays with a splint on that thumb. Baker and Bonnet back in, replacing Curry and Rose. One more toss here for Baltimore. Keenan hits both. He has 9 points. Lead is to 13 for the Titans. 3.5 minutes to go here, first half. Bonnet with it here in the near wing. Is it back up, top of the circle, in the hands of Wolf. Wolf in the right corner, tried to throw it back out. Ball was deflected out. Where are we going with it? Went off a Cruz. Titans will retain possession here with 13 on the shot clock. Wolf between the circles. Gets a screen by Burdine. Step back behind the arc for the three. That one's no good. Battle for the loose ball inside. Baltimore was fouled. It's going to go on Danny Baker going after that loose ball. That should be the 7th team foul. That should put Baltimore on the line shooting the 1-and-1. So bonus free throws here for Keenan Baltimore. Let's see who's going to, or is it going to be Perry? Perry's going to be at the line. Okay. Should have been Baltimore, but it'll be Brad Perry shooting the 1-and-1. And we got a whistle, and we got a foul on Baltimore. That's his 3rd. Keenan Baltimore hooking at the left block, trying to get position inside for the rebound, picks up his 3rd foul. And he will come out. Derrick Mason will check back in for the Redmen. 13-point lead for the Titans with 3:04 to go here in the first half. On it now, back out. Gregor for 3. Off the feed from Bonnet. 42-26 Titans. Lead back out to 16. That is their largest of the game now. Now the run up by Jordan Thomas, no good. Ball loose. Lees are able to deflect the save that time into the hands of Perry. Back out to Mason, now to Cruz. Cruz on the drive, run up right side, bumps into O'Neal. Knocked to the floor, no foul called. They leave it go. Thad Hilliard underneath evidently was looking at the scoreboard. Back the other way is the 3, and knock it down is Jason Gregor. 19-point lead now for the Titans. They're getting everything going their way now. 45-26. Leeser for 3, top of the circle, back iron miss, rebound contested, and finally brought down by Gregor as Cruz battled for it. Now Bonnet dribbles through the paint, return pass to O'Neal, able to flush it down. 47-26, it's a runaway for the Titans here in the first half. Cruz now. Top of the circle to Leeser for 3 again. That one's no good. Nobody home for the rebound. Out rebounding the Redmen 19-15 here in this first half. On it for 3. Got it. They're just running away with this one. The Redmen have no answer for the Titans here tonight. 24-point lead. Thomas now with a minute to go here in this first half. Got to get tough here. Back out to Leeser. Fakes the 3. Gives it back to Mason. Mason on the drive. Jump stop. Lays it up left side. Missing. Redmen have gone cold again here. On the last 5 minutes without a field goal once again. Carthage now 8 for 26. 30%. Meanwhile, the Titans, they're hitting everything. 52% both from the field and from the arc tonight. Underneath to O'Neal. Able to backdoor it. Lay it up and in. Redmen have no answers here in this first half whatsoever. A disappointing finish to this first half by the Redmen. They're being embarrassed in front of their home crowd here tonight. Titans have doubled up the Redmen here. Carthage will have the final shot. Cruz will settle it down. Cruz with the run up. Shot was blocked, deflected out. Bonnet will let it go at midcourt. It'll fall short. And halftime here in Kenosha. And the Titans have doubled up the Redmen here, 52-26. We'll pause to take a 2-minute break. We'll try and dissect what took place here right after this on AM 1050 WLIP. Squirt some water at them over there. Illinois Wesleyan leaving no doubt that they want a share of the conference championship here through the first 20 minutes, as they have just dissected the Carthage defense to the tune of 52 points here in the first half. They lead at 52-26. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena. Two big runs by the Titans here in this first half. A 16-0 run took a 22-20 Redmond lead into a 36-22 deficit. And then they close out the first half, the final 3 minutes of this first half, on a 13-0 run, capped off by a Bonnet three-pointer and Alex O'Neill layup at 52-26 here at the half. The unsettling numbers for the Redmen in that first half. Carthage just 8 for 26 in that first half, 2 for 10 shooting the three, 8 for 9 at the line. 9 points for Keenan Baltimore, but he picked up his third foul with 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Baltimore 9 points on 2 of 5 shooting. He was 5 of 5 from the line. Derrick Mason with 8. He had his first 3 shots tonight, 2 of them 3-pointers. He finished 3 for 6 in the half and 8 points. Brad Cruz with 3. Jordan Thomas with 2. Brad Perry with 2. Sean Johnson with 2. Again, the Redmen shoot 30% in that first half and just 2 for 10 from behind the arc. Meanwhile, the freewheeling Titans doing everything they can on offense. Redmen have no answer. 20 of 37 from the field, 54%. 9 of 17 shooting the three, 52%. And 3 of 3 at the line. They already have 3 players in double figures at the half. Alex O'Neill with 14. O'Neill all from the paint, 6 for 7 tonight for his 14 points. 11 for Colin Bennett. Bennett 4 of 5, 3 of 4 from behind the line, and Brady Rose with 11 as well. Jason Gregor with 9 and 7 for Miles Curry. Knobloch, Wolf, Burdine, Baker, and Beasley did not score for the Titans, who shoot 54% in that first half. They own the glass 20-15 over the Redmen, including 4 offensive rebounds. Alex O'Neill with 5. Leading rebounder for the Redmen was Brad Perry with 4. Redmen with just 7 turnovers. The Titans only turned it over once in that first half. That was by Jason Gregor. Only 1 turnover here at the half by the Titans. They had 11 assists. Carthage with 6 assists and 1 steal in that first half. They trail by 26, the Redmen do, 52-26. We'll pause and take a 60 break. When we come back, we'll catch up on scores from around the CCIW right after this on AM 1050 WLIP. Carthage Redmond basketball on 1050 WLIP and WLIP.com, brought to you in part by Anastos Motors, Kenosha's premier pre-owned dealership on Green Bay Road and 45th Street in Kenosha. by Mason's Eatery and Pub on Highway 50 just west of Green Bay Road. Don't be a chain eater, eat at Mason's. And by Dave's American Discount Muffler, honest and dependable service located on Sheridan Road in Kenosha. Scores from around the CCIW, one final already in from earlier this afternoon. Carroll is now 7-7 in the league as they defeated the Milliken Big Blues 76-67. Halftime in Rock Island, the Quad City Vikings leading the Chicago Vikings of North Park 42-30. And North Central is leading Wheaton 41-29. That game at the half at Wheaton. And again, the schedules here down the stretch for the teams. Wesleyan at 11-3, Augie and Wheaton 10-4, North Central at 9-5, Carroll now at 7-8 with that win today. But your schedule down the stretch, Augustana still has a home game left with Elmhurst on Tuesday. Illinois Wesleyan will host North Central, and Wheaton is at Carroll on Tuesday. So nothing really shocking other than North Central with that lead at halftime at Wheaton tonight. I want to remind you that NCAA Division III Men's Volleyball Championships will be held here at the Carthage College and the Tarble Arena coming up in April. It'll be the NCAA Division III Men's Volleyball Championship April 27th and 28th. Come on out and support the Redmen in full force as they compete and defend on their home court for a national championship. For more information leading up to the NCAA Championship, visit ncaa.com or gocarthage.com. Earlier tonight, in the front end of our doubleheader, the Lady Reds were defeated by Illinois Wesleyan, 85-77, the final in that one. The Wesleyan women capturing a share of the conference crown with that victory over the Lady Reds tonight here on the home floor. Lady Reds back in action Tuesday as they will host Carroll University. We will have the broadcast for you here on 1050 WLIP beginning at 6:45 on Tuesday night. That'll be the Lady Reds senior night, their final regular season game before heading off into the conference tournament either Thursday or Friday, depending on who will be hosting. So the Redmen get back into this one tonight. They've got some work to do, trailing by 26 here at the half. They've got to defend better. They've got to look for better shots. I mean, it was a 22-20 lead at one point, and then a 16-0 run by the Titans midway through that first half, and then they close out the first half on a 13-0 run, and they lead it by 26 here at the half. Another final from this afternoon, men's volleyball. It was the Carthage Redmond volleyball team knocking off MSOE in Milwaukee today, 3-0 to run their record to 12-0 on the season. Just looking over my notes here. And the Titans looking to split their season series with the Redmen should they get the win here tonight. One of those rare, each team winning on the other's home floor. Titans getting ready to take the floor here for their warm-ups to begin this second half. Carthage still in their locker room. Boy, you'd hate to be a fly on the wall. If you're Bob Bond, you might have to call for a painting crew in there once that paint peels off the wall in that locker room after the way that first half ended. Look for the Redmen to compete here a little bit more in this second half. Not to say that it's impossible, but you're down 26. You're going to have to put up some runs here against a nationally ranked team in Illinois Wesleyan here to get back into this one. They trail 52-26. We'll pause, take another 60 break. Back with second half action here from the Tarble Arena. Right after this on AM 1050 WLIP. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena. Redmond down 52-26, getting set for the start of second half play. Augustana leading North Park 42-30. That game at the half down in Rock Island. It was Dylan Sortillo with 11, Brett Benning with 10 for Augustana in that first half. North Park getting 12 first half points from Colin Lake. Again, that game at the half in Rock Island. Augustana leading North Park 42-30. North Central at Wheaton tonight, 41-29. The Cardinals shoot 55% in that first half. Aiden Chang with 10, the only player in double figures for either team. Kobe Eichelberger with 7 to lead the way for Wheaton. Aston Francis coming in averaging better than 30 points a game in conference play. Held to just 5 first half points on 2 of 12 shooting, 1 for 7 shooting the 3 on his own home floor. Wheaton finds themselves down 12 at the half, 41-29. And in the other ball game that went final earlier this afternoon, it was Carroll knocking off Milliken 76-67. Joel Heesh with 18. Nick Penny with 18 to lead the way for Carroll. Zach Fisher and Beatty with 15 to lead the way for Milliken in that game from Waukesha. Carthage with some work to do, to say the least. Two dry spells totaling 9 minutes in that first half doomed the Redmen. See if Carthage comes out here with a little fire out of their nostrils here. It'll be Baltimore, Thomas, Mason, Cruz, and Perry for the Redmen. Starting 5 also for the Titans: Beasley, Bonnet, Gregor, Rose, and O'Neill. Carthage will have possession to begin the second half. They'll work it right to left. And we're underway here in this second frame. 52-26, Redmond trail here. 54% shooting by the Titans in that first half. Thomas now cut off by Rose, back out to Cruz. Good defense here in that first half by the Titans. They've just smothered the Redmen here. Mason now off to Baltimore, back to Mason. Shot clock down to 7 here. Mason now on the drive, run up in front of O'Neill, missed the shot, ball loose inside, deflected out. It went off of Gregor out of bounds. It'll be Carthage ball with 2 on the shot clock. 2 seconds on the shot clock here. That ball did not hit the rim. Now I think we're going to have a discussion here. I think Thad Hilliard, did it hit the rim or not? Baltimore and Beasley being talked to in the paint. Thad Hilliard. Now they get him set. Get underneath the Perry. Perry shot blocked. It'll go out of bounds. Shot clock violation here. Not the way you wanted to start the second half if you were the Redmen. Rose will bring it up for the Titans. Gives it off to Beasley. Back to Rose. Redmond man-to-man throughout much of this game. Poked away by Mason. Rose able to pick it back up. Had it knocked out of his hand by Mason. Picked up by Cruz. Cruz down the floor. Cruz will lay it up with the left hand. Short-armed it. Missed a bunny. Oh, my. Bonnet for three, in and out. Rebound pulled down by Thomas. Thomas now back to Baltimore. Now back to Thomas. Now back to Mason on the right wing. Will shoot over Bonnet for three. Knocked it down. Derrick Mason. Hand in his face. Able to get that one away. 3 for 3 from behind the arc tonight. Mason 0 for 7 the other night in the loss to Wheaton. 52-29. Beasley up top. Looking inside. Rolls it into O'Neal. Got around Perry. Reverse layup. Count it and one. All in one motion. O'Neal just too quick for Brad Perry. Boy, that's been down the stretch here, that's been something here for the Redmen too, has been the lack of that next level for Brad Perry. It's kind of plateaued here over the last 6 or 8 ball games. As O'Neal now with 17 leads all scorers, 55-29. Cruz now working the basketball near wing, bounce feed to Baltimore, got around Beasley. Inside it goes to Perry, flips it up off the glass and in. Got around O'Neal that time, kind of an awkward flip that time by Perry. Able to get that one up and in, 4 points for Perry. Now Rose. And drive it, was fouled by Mason. They have words again. Mason trying to walk away, Brady Rose lipping off once more. Ron Rose not happy with what's going on. Tell you what, Titans, if they just would not be so lippy, you can tolerate it. But they got something to say after every play. My opinion, anyways. Two team fouls now on the Redmen as the Titans will inbound left of the basket. And again, Baltimore and Miles Curry shoving each other on the block. Thad Hilliard again comes inside to have words with both players. Get into Bonnet. Bonnet cut off by Mason. Back out to Gregor. Shovels it off down to Curry. He'll slam it home off the right block. Miles Curry. Curry now with 9, 57-31. And what do we got? Offensive foul on the Redmen. Moving screen on Brad Perry underneath. All the other banana stuff that's going on, and they call that. Curry now works it off to O'Neal. Tries to drive his way around Perry, throws it off the glass, no good. Cruz at the rebound. Good job by Perry to stay inside that time. Hold his ground. Perry top of the circle, works it off to Mason, and again, Baltimore trying to flash through the paint was held up by Miles Curry, who picks up his 3rd foul. Curry going to come out quickly here. Danny Baker will check in now for the Titans as Curry will leave with 3 fouls. First Titan foul of the second half. Cruz will inbound right at the basket. Trying to get it in up top to Mason, tips it to himself. Now free throw line jumper, good for Derrick Mason. Quite a senior night for Derrick Mason now with 13. 57-33. Bonnet, turnaround shot in the paint, no good. Cruz with another rebound. Brings it down. Cruz off to Mason. Inside to Baltimore. Baltimore cut off on the baseline by Baker. Back out top to Mason. Baltimore once again below the free throw line. Baltimore turnaround shot with the right hand. That one's no good. Baker with the rebound. Hands it off to Wolf. Grant Wolf down the floor. Grant Wolf, no look pass to O'Neal. And we got an offensive foul, as taking the charge that time was Derrick Mason. Off the dish, Wolf ran right into Mason, left block there. So Wolf gets the foul. That is his first. Make it his second. Carthage will bring it up. Sean Johnson will check in next dead ball for the Redmen. Brady Rose back in next dead ball for the Titans. Mason now had the ball stolen away. Bad pass on the breakaway and the dunk the other way. Colin Bonnet. Lead back to 26 now, 59-33. Burdine also going to check in next dead ball for the Titans. Thomas now. Jump stop, gives it off to Cruz. 3 from the left wing. That one's no good. Redmen have just not been able to hit the outside shot. 3 for 12 now, shooting the 3 ball tonight. Bonnet with a head shoulder fake. Works it inside, back out. Gregor for 3. Back iron miss. Nice rebound by O'Neal. Gets it back out to Wolf, driving in right side. Wolf with a finger roll, got to the basket, lays it in. Wolf with the bucket, his first 2 tonight. 61-33. Mason, turnaround 3. Off the left side, no. Baltimore with the rebound, flips it back up in low left in front of Wolf. Baltimore in double figures now with 11. Timeout taken by the Titans. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We're exactly 5 minutes into the second half. Titans in control, 61-35. Early second half down in Wheaton. Thunder trail by 13, make it 16, 49-33. Augie now pulling away from North Park. 6 minutes into the second half, 51-34, Augustana. Here the Redmen trail by 26. Really all the 2 big spurts for the Titans in that first half if you're just joining us. 16-0 run, took a 22-20 deficit into a 36-22 lead. And then a 13-0 run to close out the final 3 minutes of the first half to build their lead to 26 at halftime. Rose now trying to dump it back, intercepted by Baltimore. Keenan Baltimore will take it across midcourt, hands it off to Cruz. Perry now, back out to Sean Johnson. Perry, Johnson, Cruz, Thomas, and Baltimore. Cruz working on Brady Rose. Dishes it inside to Perry. Perry backing down, turning, shooting over Burdine, missing. Good job by Burdine to hold his ground. Burdine on the trail. He hit a 3-pointer the other night, believe it or not. Now the shot clock down to 14. Short jumper, in and out and around for Tyler Burdine. Burdine had made his only 3-point attempt the other night. He's now 1 for 1 shooting the 3. Let's see him step back behind the arc with this large lead now. Cruz inside to Perry, tried to flush it down, lost control of it. Ball was on the rim, his hands were in the cylinder. That'll be offensive interference by the Redmen. They're going to call a technical foul for hanging on the rim. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? For hanging on the rim, he dunked the basketball, did not want to be undercut. Bosco having a word with one of the officials. So technical on Perry for hanging on the rim. Brady Rose will shoot the 2 free throws here. So it'll count as a personal foul on Brad Perry. So Perry picks up his 4th foul. Rose at the line, hits the front end of the technical. I have a feeling we're going to get chippy play the rest of the way out here. So Rose hits both free throws on the technical foul on Perry for hanging on the rim. And the Titans will bring it up from the backcourt. Wolf with it across midcourt to Danny Baker. Off to Gregor. Gregor fouled by Keenan Baltimore. Can't believe it. Picks up his 4th. So 4 on Baltimore. He joins Perry now with 4 personal fouls. Carthage is going to take a timeout. This is going to be more of a blistering by Bosco to Dave Lanning, the senior official out there. Still upset over that technical foul call on Perry for hanging on the rim. So a timeout taken by the Redmen here. 13:33 to go. It's down 30, 65-35. Largest lead of the game by the Titans. Titans will entertain North Central on Tuesday, their final home game. Redmen will go on the road Tuesday. They'll be at North Park to close out the regular season. Bosco spent that entire timeout having a discussion with Dave Lanning. Out of the timeout, it'll be Johnson, Weiser, Cruz, Thomas, and Baltimore. Baltimore on the floor with 4 fouls. Baker, Rose, Knobloch, Burdine, Gregor in there now. Burdine up top. Gives it off to Knobloch. Nearly lost the dribble. Guarded hard by Thomas. Shot clock down to 3. Knobloch a wild 3, and it goes down. It's that kind of night. Everything they put up finds the bottom of the net. They're now 6 of 10 here in the second half. They've upped their shooting percentage to 55%. Even 50 behind the arc now, 10 for 20. Cruz for 3. That one's good. Up and over Gregor that time. 68-38. Cruz now with 6 in his final home game. Dad Fred played for the Bosco-led North Park Vikings back in the day. Shovel it in. Burdine able to finish it off. First 2 tonight for Burdine. Night they can't miss. Yep, if you're just joining us, 16-0 run in the first half midway through, a 13-0 run to close out the first half. And Redmen throw it away. Baltimore looking for help. Johnson late coming up to accept that pass. That kind of night. 3rd turnover of the half, 10th in the ball game for the Redmen. Bosco going to start emptying the bench here, I think. 3 on the way, good. Knobloch, left corner 3. (73-38). Baltimore will fire a 3. That one's no good. Johnson, I should say, battling Burdine for the rebound. Got tipped out to Rose. Down the floor looking to return pass back to Rose. Back up top, Knobloch for 3 again. Back iron miss. Weiser missed the rebound. Was poked out of there that time by Burdine. .11:20 to play. All Titans tonight. Now back up top, Rose. Give it back into Baker, back to Burdine. He'll finish low right. Kept that one alive, did Baker. Able to find Burdine, low right. Burdine now with 4. 75-38. Thomas, right side, and a bump by Baker, bumping Baltimore from behind. Third team foul on the Titans. Baker picking up his first. So Dimitri Kastratovic in there now for the Redmen, the junior out of Serbia, 6'6". Bosco going to begin to empty the bench here a little bit, little by little. Thomas with the floater in the paint drew the foul. Knobloch picking up the foul, that's his first, catching Thomas across the arm. That'll put Jordan Thomas at the free throw line. Team's leading scorer held to just 2 points tonight. Good work by the Titan defense on Jordan Thomas. Made life miserable. Thomas able to hit the front end. Hits the second. 75-40. Who saw this coming? Now back the other way. Rose with it up top, guarded by Weiser. Works it off near wing into Doug Wallen in there now. Back out to Knobloch. He wants a three and hits. Knobloch wants to shoot threes tonight. 9 now. 9 points tonight for Knobloch, where he's 3 for 5 from behind the arc. Thomas for 3. That's a back iron miss. Sean Johnson with the rebound. Back out to Thomas. Thomas penetrates, floats in the paint with the right hand and hits. The old teardrop by Thomas, floating in the paint. 6 on the night for Thomas. 78-42. Wallen pulls up at the free throw line, dumps it down low to Baker, blocked out of there by Sean Johnson. Johnson, who blocked a dunk attempt earlier by O'Neal back in the first half, gets his second block of the night. Now takes a free throw line jumper and hits. I'll tell you what, the future is bright here at Carthage with Sean Johnson. Ceiling is unlimited for him. If he can add a little body weight, upper body weight really, that would really help his game. Cuts off O'Neal at the right block, has to shovel it off. Blocked by Cruz inside. Ball loose. Cruz able to save it, gets it out to Thomas. He and Johnson working the inside that time. Thomas now driving on Rose, goes up off balance, counted and one. Jordan Thomas coming in from the left side, got down to the left block, jumped backwards to draw the contact, and still made the banker low left. Fouls on Rose, his first. Team fouls even now at 5. Jordan Thomas with 8. Weiser will come out as Baltimore comes back in. Thomas for the and one, rattles it in. Now Poglace will come in. Jacob Poglace, the sophomore, 6'3" out of Perth, Australia, in for the Redmen. 9 minutes to go, all Titans. 78-47. Now they work it around. Beasley inside. O'Neal trying to get around Johnson. Blocked by Johnson again. Second block on O'Neal tonight. They roll it back into O'Neal on the left block. Tries to flip it back outside. Shot taken by Gregor is short. Ball tipped through Baltimore. Picked up by Johnson inside. 8:35 to go. Carthage will bring it down. Baltimore kind of off balance here. Working on Wallen. Now back up top, Poglace. Threw it behind Baltimore. Bad pass by Poglace that time. Did not look good. Now 3 on the way, good. On the lean in by Grant Wolf. 81-47 now in favor of the Titans. We approach 8 minutes to go here in Kenosha. Baltimore for three. That's a back iron miss. O'Neal with the rebound. Quickly to Beasley down the left side. Back up top to Wolf. Now Beasley with it in the left corner. Backing down on Kastratovich. Works it into the corner. O'Neal. Shot clock down to 5. Wolf well out behind the arc. Bothered by Cruz. Got the shot away. It's no good. Kastratovich with the rebound. Got bumped. No foul. As he's able to flag it down to Johnson. 81-47 Titans. Kastratovich back over to Cruz. Looking inside for Johnson, threw it away. Tried to lead him to the basket, but too strong. Brett Sirac will check in now. Sirac, the freshman out of Aurora, 6'2", comes in. Burdine back in. Nick Coleman in now for the Titans, and Miles Curry back in for the Titans. 81-47, Illinois Wesleyan. They're going to be headed to their 19th win of the season. Things don't change here in a drastic way. Wolf off the rebound miss. Shot short, crawls off the rim. Cruz comes away with it for Carthage. Brad Cruz looking for help, gets it over to Pogles. Back up top to Kastratovich. Around the right side to Cruz for three. That one was partially blocked that time by Wolf. Picked up by Baltimore. Back to Cruz, trailing the play, lays it up and in. Good job by Baltimore to hoist to get that loose ball and flip it back to Cruz, who drove the basket. Cruz with 8. 81-49. Curry for three. Back iron miss. Long rebound. Cruz able to take it down. 2-on-1 to Baltimore. Baltimore back to Cruz. He'll finish low left. No look pass by Baltimore as Curry was going to try and take a charge. Flipped it back to Cruz, who finished low left. Cruz in double figures now with 10. Three on the way. Good. Taken by Nick Coleman. Coleman now 18 for 54 shooting the three on the year. 84-51. Got a whistle, got a hold up inside. Baltimore got held up by Miles Curry. Picks up his 4th foul. 16 foul. Carthage will inbound right of the basket. Sirac catches the inbound pass, puts it up, 20-footer right baseline, good for Sirac. (84-53) Redmond trail here, 5:20 to go. Curry with it, facing Baltimore, and he stepped out of bounds. Stepped over the end line as he was trying to lose Baltimore at the left block. Turns it over to Carthage. 4th turnover of the half, just the 5th of the ball game for Illinois Wesleyan. Doug Wallen going to check back in for the Titans. Next dead ball. Cruz takes it all the way back up to the center circle. Trying to work off a Kastratovich screen. Nothing there. Gives it off to Sirac. Back to Cruz. 7 on the shot clock. Cruz on the run up. Going up left, able to draw the foul as he was knocked to the floor. 2 shots upcoming for Brad Cruz. Burdine picking up the foul, his 3rd. That is the 7th team foul on the Titans. Brad Cruz at the free throw line. Cruz 3 for 4 at the line tonight, has 10 points. That one up and in. His final home game as a senior. Johnson in for Kastratovich. Dimitri getting some minutes here. One more free throw for Brad Cruz. Knocks them both in. 84-55. Carthage trailing here, 4.5 minutes to go. Wolf on the drive, try to throw it back up top, stolen by Cruz. Cruz jump stop to the right side, lays it up and in. Jump stop around Nick Coleman that time. Cruz now with 14. Here his season average is 16 per game. Wolf takes it around up top to Coleman. Step back three over Cruz. That one is short. Rebound Baltimore. They'll take it under control as we go under 4 minutes to play. 84-57 Titans. Johnson now top of the circle. Works it back to Cruz. Now Baltimore with it. Spinning on the right block. Lost the basketball. It's loose on the floor. Still loose. Nobody has it. Now we get a held up ball as Baltimore tied up Wolf. Possession arrow to the Titans. TJ Best, the freshman out of Wheeling, will check in now for the Redmen. 16th game of the year for TJ Best. He'll replace Pogles. Potential candidate for point guard next year for the Redmen. Burdine with it on the right block, backing down on Johnson. Kicks it back out. Curry for a three over Baltimore, hits it. Miles Curry for the triple. Curry now with 12 points, 3:05 to go. Cruz back up top to Best. Best penetrates, got it to Johnson through his hands, turns it over. 7th turnover of the second half, 14th in the game for the Redmen. Bryce Robinson, a 6'7" sophomore, in now for the Titans. Charlie Bear also in, a 6'7" freshman out of Glen Ellen. Max Muller in as well, a 6'6" freshman. They turn it over. Cruz able to bring it up. Cruz working on Wallen. Dumps it off Baltimore for the triple, got it. Right over the top of Bryce Robinson did Baltimore. 14 tonight for Keenan. Wallen pulls up, right baseline, no good. Rebound Sirac, gives it off to Cruz. 2:20 to play. Cruz gonna push it. I'll get it off to Sirac. Sirac, 18-footer left side, good. Cruz on the assist. Nice job by Sirac. He's in the book tonight. He's got 4. 87-62. All over but the shouting. Titans will claim at least a share of the conference title with the win tonight. They'll have North Central in their building on Tuesday. Three-pointer in by Max Muller. Timeout, substitution timeout here as Dan Messina will check in for Carthage. Also coming in for the Titans will be Bernie Coder. Messina in for Brad Cruz. Cruz in his final home game as a senior, getting a hug from Steve Jurkovic. Fives down the bench. A standing ovation for Brad Cruz here tonight. Finishing out his home portion of his career with 14 points tonight for Brad Cruz. Not the way he would have wanted this one to end. Kastranovich back in there now, along with TJ Best, Sirac, Johnson, and Messina for the Redmen. Messina for 3. In and out. Rebound loose inside, taken away by the Titans and Bear. 1:25 to play. Titans will get to 19-5, 12-3 in the conference, remain in first place, regardless of what happens tonight at Wheaton and in Rock Island tonight. Overlay that time by Bear underneath, taken away by Sirek. Gives it off to Best. Best across the floor, across mid-stripe, I should say, with a minute to go here in the ball game. Messina, clear across to Sirek for three. Back rim, no. Ball loose inside, taken away by Robinson. Titans hunting for 100 here. Needed inside, slipping through that time, Charlie Bear. 92-62 Titans. Ball trying to get to Best, able to shield away the defender that time. Got it back in the run-up and a hold that time by the Titans. Colin Cheney with the foul. 8th team foul, this will put Best on the free throw line. Seventh game of the season now. The Titans have scored 90 or more points as Best towing the line, able to drop in the free throw. One more toss for TJ Best. In and out. Rebound. Bear. Titans will dribble it out here. They'll go 1-1 against the Redmen this year, each team winning on the other's floor. This will end up a 92-63 laugher for Illinois Wesleyan, and they will claim a share of the conference title with the win tonight, as they will go to 12-3 in the league, 19-5 overall, and that's your final 92-63. 92-63, Titans with the win. Back in 2 minutes with our post-game report right after this on AM 1050 WLIP. How are we doing on spots? I'll take an extra one because I probably have to wait for Bosco.
Presentation of the 2018 CCIW Men's Basketball Championship Trophy. At this time, we ask Illinois Wesleyan's captains to step forward and receive the championship trophy from Mike Wagner, representing the CCIW. The Titans won the CCIW regular season title with a record of 12-3 today. One more game to go. 19-5 overall so far. Congratulations to Illinois Wesleyan, the 2018 CCIW Men's Basketball Championship. Thanks again for joining us. Have a great and safe trip home.
Carthage Redmond basketball on AM 1050 WLIP and WLIP.com, brought to you in part by Anastos Motors, Kenosha's premier pre-owned dealership on Green Bay Road and 45th Street. By Armored Seal Coating. For patching, crack filling, striping, or complete seal coating, go to armoredsealcoating.com. By Luigi's Pizzeria, dine-in, takeout, and delivery on 39th Avenue, just south of Highway 50. By Triangle Flooring, Furniture, and Appliance Center. By Lou Perini's Gas and Groceries. By our good friends at Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha, east of I-94 and Highway 50. Nobody sells for less than Lynch. By S.J. Crystal's Menswear. For the finest of men's fashions, it's always S.J. Crystal's, the corner of 57th Street and 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. By Mason's Eatery and Pub, located on Highway 50 just west of Green Bay Road. Don't be a chain eater, eat at Mason's. By Dave's American Discount Muffler, honest and dependable service on Sheridan Road in Kenosha. By Something Different, a sports fan's fantasy land, downtown Kenosha on 6th Avenue or online at NFLmerch.com. By Wingstop of Kenosha on Highway 50, they are the wing experts. Coliseum Games, southeastern Wisconsin's premier game store, just east of 60th Avenue on 75th Street. By our good friends at Ruffalo's 2 Pizzeria and Family Restaurant on 45th Street just west of 39th Avenue. And by Kenosha Nissan. Check them out online at kenoshanissan.com. 92-63, the Titans destroy the Redmen here tonight. On senior night for Carthage, the Redmen fall to 7-8 in conference play in a 5th place tie now with Carroll, and fall to 12-12 overall, their 4th straight loss and their 5th in their last 6 ball games. For the Titans, they go to 19-5, 12-3 overall, and they will take over at least a share of first place with 1 game remaining. This one was really over for all practical purposes midway through the first half. The Redmen held a 22-20 lead on a layup by Sean Johnson with just over 10 minutes left in the first half. But a 16-0 run for the Titans opened up a 14-point, 36-22 lead. 3-pointers by Colin Bennett, Brady Rose, Alex O'Neal with a layup, Miles Curry involved in that, Alex O'Neal a dunk as well. And suddenly it was 36-22. Carthage got it down to 13, 39-26 on a Keenan Baltimore pair of free throws with 3:22 remaining. That was the last points the Redmen would score in the half as they go cold the final 3:22, and the Titans go on a 13-0 run to finish the first half and effectively crunch the game right there at 52-26 at the half. Redmond just didn't have the defense tonight. They just could not stop whatever the Titans were putting up. Titans ended up shooting 51% tonight, while the Redmen 50% in the second half, 40% for the game. We break it down individually here tonight. 3 Carthage players in double figures. Brad Cruz in his final home game as a senior tonight, 14 points. He was 4 of 9 from the floor, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. 14 tonight for Brad Cruz. Keenan Baltimore, 14 points, 4 of 10 from the field, just 1 for 6 shooting the 3, but he was 5 for 5 at the line. Derrick Mason, red hot early, but finished 5 for 10. He hit his first 3 buckets tonight. Finished the game with 13 points on 5 of 10, including 3 triples tonight for Mason. Jordan Thomas, the team's leading scorer, coming in averaging 18 a game, held to just 9 of his season average on 3 of 9 shooting. Missed all 3 of his tonight. Brad Perry with 4. And let's see, Sirac with 4. Sean Johnson off the bench with 4. TJ Best with 1 point tonight, going 1 for 2 at the line late here in the second half. Jacob Pogles, Mike Kennedy, Steve Leiser, Dmitry Kostradovich all played, did not score for the Redmen tonight. Carthage goes 22 of 54 for the game, 40%. They were even 14 of 28, 50% in the second half. They were 3 for 11 shooting the 3 ball in the second half. For the game, just 5 for 21, well below their season average. 6 of 7 at the line in the second half. For the game, the Redmen 14 of 16. Meanwhile, for the Titans, 4 players in double figures tonight. Alex O'Neal with 17, 7 of 10 from the field tonight for O'Neal. 13 each for Jason Gregor and Brady Rose, and 12 for Miles Curry. 9 points, or Colin Bennett, with 13, Jason Gregor with 9, Zach Knobloch with 9, Grant Wolf with 5, 4 points for Tyler Burdine, 3 points for Nick Coleman, 2 points each for Danny Baker and Charlie Bear. Titans in the second half, 15 of 31, 48% for the game, 35 of 68, 51%. Titans in the second half from the arc, 7 of 15 for the game, and even 50%, 16 for 32. They only shot 6 free throw attempts. They made all 6 here tonight. Rebounding, +4 to the Titans. They out-rebound the Redmen 35-31. Brad Cruz with 7 boards tonight to lead the way for the Redmen. Alex O'Neal with 8 to lead the way for the Titans. Titans turned the ball over 6 times in the second half for a total of 7. Redmen turning the ball over 7 times in the second half for a total of 14. I'm still on, Bosco. Pull up a chair. We'll have a little chit-chat. Bosco Jurikovic coming in. Get him set up here. Bosco joins us now on our postgame tonight. Boy, not much what you can say here. That was an old-fashioned butt whooping tonight.
Hey, team that played better got the job done, and the team that did not took it and took a butt whooping. I mean, that's exactly what it was. And thought we had 2 pretty good days of preparation. We had some keys we thought were pretty decent to work with. We were 22-20 ahead, and they outscored us 30-4 through 2 or 3 timeouts and all kinds of other things. And we just didn't have an answer. You know, the first half they were better at every position, including coaching, and put themselves in a position to win the game. You know, you look at this, and it's not the traditional Wesleyan dominant team. But my goodness, do they play well together? They play with confidence. They move the basketball, and give them credit. They're a darn good basketball team. Will acquit themselves very well in the conference and national tournament.
Yeah, they really effectively moved the ball offensively all night, but I thought it was their defense tonight. They really took you out of a lot of things tonight. They really never let the ball get to Jordan Thomas more than once on an offensive possession, and they really crashed the boards, particularly in that first half.
I don't disagree with that, although having said that, and coaches always say, let's go look at the tape. I thought for the first 10 minutes we got pretty much whatever shot we wanted. We moved the basketball. We were fresh. This has not been a team that's handled adversity as well as some others. It's a good group of guys. I told them that in the locker room. I've enjoyed coaching this team as far as practice effort and trying to give you what you can, but this has not been a particularly resilient team. It was 10 days ago that we were 7-4 and ahead at Carroll by 7 points, and since then we've not found a way to win one. And hey, nobody cares. I mean, the only people that should care are the people in our locker room. And hey, we got one game to play on Tuesday night, and it's my responsibility and it's their responsibility to be ready to go.
To take a look at the scores from the other games, I think they're now final now. North Central defeats Wheaton. Augustana wins over North Park. Carroll red hot right now.
Carroll playing well. I hesitate to say as well as anybody in the league because Wesleyan's playing great, but Carroll playing very, very nicely to their credit to finish the season with the role that they've been on. And now you got a situation on Tuesday night where Wheaton's got a lot to play for up at Carroll. And that's a very, very interesting basketball game on Tuesday night. And the Wheaton North Central stuff is different because North Central's beaten Wheaton twice. Yeah, so we shall see how that all shakes out, and give North Central credit. They went in there, probably took a couple of cues from us and did it a little bit better and went down there and took care of business, because somebody told me that Francis was 1 for 13 in the first half.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was way off his game, and somewhat like it was Wednesday night. You guys had him bottle up pretty much first 10, 15 minutes of that ball game, and then he just took over in the second half.
Well, it's interesting because, again, there's pregame preparation and in-game preparation. Obviously, we've done a pretty good job lately of pregame preparation, the Carroll game, the Wheaton game, the game tonight, and then whatever we do in the second half really hasn't been good enough tonight. It wasn't that. It was the last 10, 12 minutes of the first half. But it is what it is. It's very, very disappointing. You know, first year I came in here, I think if we looked up the home game against Wesleyan, I would tell you that there wasn't a 2-point difference from today's game. And we didn't like it then, and we don't like it now. I don't think I'm going to be here 22 years from now to talk about what happened 44 years ago. But having said that, we have to make some decisions. This is what we want to do. I'm not talking about myself personally. I still enjoy doing this. But I'm talking about from a collective basketball perspective. We won this league last year, and this year we're a 500 basketball team. And that leads to some introspection. You need to go back and you look and see why it was so successful last year and why you were less than successful this year. Some of it is certainly the people you had in the program. Not that they were great stars, but they were 4-year guys.
Yeah.
Having 4-year guys, the Mike Stevensons, the Mike Keltsons of the world, the Kevin Kozels of the world, the guy who had been yelled at for a long time and, you know, had bought in. They had a piece of the pie. And I'm not suggesting that this group does not, but these are newer guys. And it was a little bit more of an adjustment to getting everything going in the same direction as, you know, you might have expected.
Sean Johnson, his continued development. I think there's a lot to be positive here with this team coming back. I mean, you've got Perry and Johnson coming back. You've got T.J. Best, who looks like a candidate there who for a point guard perhaps next year. You've got we didn't see tonight, who's been injured most of the year, has been your other big man that you've tried to rely on.
Jordan Vetter should be better next year. And no, there's certainly when you tell people that you can start with 2 6'10" guys that are skilled 6'10" guys and then add Baltimore to that mix and some of the freshman guards, you've got a chance to get something done. But time waits for nobody. It is a good league. Other people are going to try to get better too. And it's just I'm disappointed in the performance that we put on the floor tonight and on senior night. I feel bad for Brad Cruz. Brad Cruz, on nights like tonight, gave us more than we gave him. And I told him that in the locker room. I said, Brad, thanks for everything. I said, I wish I could have done more to help you. And he doesn't believe that. But that's the way it is. You know, that's what coaches feel. And you get guys like Brad, who's been maybe as good of a guy to coach as I can ever remember. And has turned into a sensational player, will be a 3-time all-conference player. But you know, now we're just reminiscing. We need to get back to work and get ready for Tuesday night and then get ready for next time.
Kind of ironic. Season ends Tuesday night in Chicago at North Park, where it began.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know what irony there is to be made out of it. Doesn't do much for me because it doesn't have much to do with the conference race. But having said that, there will be some of the old-timers out to see me, I'm sure. And, hey, it is what it is, John. You just have to move forward and do what you're supposed to do and do your job and let the chips fall where they may.
Well, thank you again for allowing me the opportunity to call games again this year, and it's been a pleasure being part of the Redmond program. And
we're talking about 17 years. There's been a lot of good moments, a lot of fun moments that we've had, and there will be more in the future, I'm sure. And, accept our condolences on the loss of your mom. That was, I don't know if you mentioned that at all on the air or not, but
no, I haven't.
You know, I lost both parents years ago, and it's not easy. Your mom was a wonderful lady and part of the fabric of this program. I mean, Dad was a diehard nut as far as the officials and whatnot, and I know how much he loved the games, and Mom didn't have much choice but to kind of follow along. But a wonderful lady, and you've got our sympathies as you know the guys on the team, and that's tough stuff. Yeah. That is really tough stuff, and it certainly means more as to in the real world as to how much we cut well and how much we did other stuff. But you know, you've been with us a long, long time, and you know how much we appreciate it. So, hey, enjoy the rest of the weekend as best you can, and we'll talk during the week.
Thanks, Bosco. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Not at all.
Bosco Jerkovich joining us on our post-game here tonight. The Redmond take one here, 92-63. The final, Illinois Wesleyan with the victory, 12-3. They held a share of the conference title. Augustana with their win tonight goes to 11-4. Wheaton with the loss falls to 10-5. North Central at 10-5. North Central now with the tiebreaker, so technically they are a third-place team now. And Wheaton in a very tough place to play on Tuesday. They will be at Carroll. North Central will be at Illinois Wesleyan. And Augustana has one more game left at home. They will host Elmhurst on Tuesday night. So really not much more has been decided other than it has to go down to the final game of the conference season to see if we've got a co-championship or if it will be sole possession to Illinois Wesleyan. As they pick up wins here tonight, The women defeated the Lady Reds in the first game tonight by a score of 85-77, and now the Titans tonight by a score of 92-65. So that'll wrap things up here tonight. My big thanks to Scott Delabio engineering our broadcast back at our Pleasant Prairie studios, John Voinovich, who does an outstanding job running on producing our video stream at Carthage, getting a lot of compliments online tonight about the broadcast. John, you and your student staff deserve a kudos for all season long. Nolan and Brandon and Rebecca, Darren and Jordan, we thank you for all your work that you've put in all season long working here as part of our video stream team here at Carthage College, and also to Mike Love for all that he does for this video programming that we do for athletics. Don't forget, we'll be with you Tuesday night here at Carthage. It'll be Lady Red basketball to close out the regular season. The Lady Reds hosting Carroll University. Senior night for the Lady Reds will be with you at 6:45, a 7 o'clock tip right back here at the Tarble Arena. Your final tonight, Illinois Wesleyan Titans 92, Carthage 63. They sweep the doubleheader tonight in Kenosha. Each team getting a share of the conference title in the process. Congratulations to Illinois Wesleyan. Until Tuesday, have a great week, everyone. Thank you for tuning into Carthage Athletics, heard exclusively on Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050, WLIP Kenosha. Good night, everyone.